Hi everyone, let's now move away from demand-side policies like monetary and fiscal policy. Let's focus on supply-side policies, which aim to increase the productive potential of the economy. Not to do with demand now, to do with aggregate supply. To increase the productive potential of the economy, basically to increase aggregate supply, long-run aggregate supply in the economy. Shift it right, that's the intention here. By doing so, we must be increasing the quantity and quality of our factors of production, capital, enterprise, land and labour, or we're increasing the overall efficiency of markets. So that bullet point there is very important. That's why aggregate supply can shift to the right. So make sure that one is fixed in your head. Supply-side policies can be interventionist. They can actually promote the role of government in the economy, or they can be free market promoting. They can promote less government in the economy and markets to work more freely. If they're interventionist, they tend to start with either government spending or reduced taxation. So there can be dual effects as well. There can be an effect on aggregate demand in the short term as well. But the main intention here is to increase aggregate supply, increase the productive potential of the economy, the maximum amount an economy can produce. On a diagram, the intention looks like this. We're trying to shift aggregate supply to the right. In doing so, we're going to see an increase in the productive potential of the economy. YFE has increased from down here to now over here. The economy can produce more, potentially, but also actual growth will increase. Y1 goes to Y2, and that's going to reduce unemployment in the economy. Inflation is going to fall, cost-push inflation more specifically is going to fall, and therefore there is likely to be an improvement in the current account position. There's going to be an increase in exports, which is going to improve our trade position. So all four key macro objectives of government are likely to improve. So supply-side policies from the offset look like a perfect policy in achieving the main macro objectives of government, which is great, and this diagram tells you that. So what are the policies? What are the supply-side policies that can be used to do this? Well, the way I teach this to my students is I say, the target of supply-side policies is life. And what we're trying to do with life is to make it epic. Just like in real life, we're trying to make our lives as epic as possible. Well, supply-side policies try and do exactly the same thing. They try and make life epic. What the heck do I mean by that? Well, life is the target of supply-side policies. Labour markets, industry, firms basically. Free markets. And with free markets, we're trying to make free markets more efficient, so the F and the E go together. So they're the target, life is the target, and we're trying to make life epic. So when we know what we're targeting, we're either trying to make these markets more efficient, we're trying to make them more productive, we're trying to provide incentives, we're trying to increase competition. So we start with life, that's our target, and then we look at epic to know what we're trying to do to these markets. So let's take some examples. So let's look at labour markets first. Supply-side policies targeting labour markets. Well, a supply-side policy might be to improve education and training. Where does that lead us in epic? Well, that increases the productivity of labour. By improving education and training, workers will be more productive, therefore the quality of labour increases, thus increasing aggregate supply. So we go from our target to epic to then this major bullet point here. Either we increase the quantity and quality of factors of production, in this case it was quality of labour, or we look at improving the efficiency of markets. So that's the way we go, right, like that. What about the reduction in income tax? A reduction in income tax provides an incentive for potential workers to enter the labour force, thus increasing the quantity of labour. See the little circle we're doing there? The next two are all about increasing the efficiency of the market. So abolishing the minimum wage or reducing trade union power. Both of those reduce the costs of production for firms. The reason why? It's argued that minimum wages and strong trade unions fix wages in the labour market above the equilibrium wage rate, which causes an excess supply, which causes inefficiencies basically. So by abolishing the minimum wage, by reducing the strength of trade unions, we can bring wages back down to equilibrium wage rates in the economy, which then reduces cost of production for firms, which makes the labour market more efficient, which then increases the productive capacity of the economy in doing so. So that was all about improving the efficiency of the labour market. Another target of labour markets is we can actually reduce unemployment benefits, which incentivises employment. What about industry? How can we target industry? Well, governments can reduce corporation tax. That's a supply-side policy. Reducing corporation tax, again, reduces the cost of production for firms. It gives them more retained profits, which they might be able to use for investment. When firms invest, they buy capital goods, which increases the quantity and quality of capital. So this provides an incentive for firms to increase the quantity and quality of capital. Governments could provide subsidies to firms to promote research and development. Well, that's an incentive now given to firms to innovate new products, to advance technology, basically to engage in research and development as costs of production fall, as they have now basically more money. And that can increase the quantity and quality of capital as well. That's increasing aggregate supply, increasing the productive potential of the economy. But we could also see free market promoting supply-side policies, like privatization and deregulation. Let's take privatization first. Privatization can work twofold. Privatization is when the government allows the private sector to run certain organisations. It allows for more private sector activity, which means now there is a profit motive because the private sector gets involved, means they're striving for maximum profits, but it also means that there is a greater incentive for competition. So privatisation provides an incentive for more competition to occur in the market, and because of the profit motive that now exists, there is a strive for greater efficiency. So as a result, there is going to be more efficiency in markets, there is going to be an increase in aggregate supply as a result of more firms entering the market, and a greater striving for more profit, which is going to bring down costs, which is going to increase efficiency. Deregulation as well. By deregulating, by reducing the level of regulation in the market, that again is going to incentivize new firms to enter the market, incentivize competition. When new firms enter, there's going to be a greater striving for more efficiency. When new firms enter, you want to try and get ahead of them. You're going to cut costs, you're going to try and be as efficient as possible, which is again going to increase the productive potential of the economy. So that one is improving the efficiency of markets. So these two are very much linked to efficiency, by promoting competition though. Alright, I hope now you understand how supply-side policies work. There can be an aggregate demand-side impact as well, but the main impact is that we're trying to increase aggregate supply. And by learning life and epic, you're going to get to the main idea of increasing quantity and quality of factors of production and increasing efficiency. I hope that all makes sense now. Learn that very well. You should all master supply-side policies. See you next time.